Hello, you are here with Gourmet on a budget where the difference is truly divine. We have received requests for Chef Martin to prepare meatless dishes.
Yes, Johnny. That's why today I'm preparing a pasta dish with vegetables in Parmesan cream. I'll be using penne pasta, and it's not really a cream sauce, it's more like a cheesy sauce. So, gonna be interesting.
Chef, does it have to be penne pasta? Can we substitute or use any other type of pasta for this?
You could use a different kind. Important is that it's not too thin, that it has a certain size, because of the cooking techniques we have to respect. But otherwise, no, you can use farfalle, you can use a bigger spaghetti, that would work as well, actually.
So, shall we?
Sure, let's go over here. So there's a few things we have to prepare. Ingredients today, as you can see, we have dry pasta, some penne, we have some zucchini, we have carrots, we have red radish, garlic and red onions, we have a little bit asparagus pears, we have sun-dried tomato, which is nice.
Chef Martin, I'd like to ask you something. I focus on the smallest ingredient that we have there, the garlic. Okay, but I noticed that you always use garlic when you cook. Okay, and you might be interested to know that we find garlic in the Old Testament.
Yep.
But even though it's just one part, and that is in Numbers chapter 11, verse 5. And it goes this way. We remember the fish we ate in Egypt that cost nothing, the cucumbers, the melons, the leeks, the onions, and the garlic. But do you know the context of that? It's actually Numbers chapter 11, verses 1 to 35. Quite long, but I'll read only the first parts. And here it goes. And the people complained in the hearing of the Lord about their misfortunes. And when the Lord heard it, his anger was kindled, and the fire of the Lord burned among them and consumed some outlying parts of the camp. Then the people cried out to Moses, and Moses prayed to the Lord, and the fire died down. So the name of that place was called Taberah, because the fire of the Lord burned among them. Now the rabble that was among them had a strong craving, and the people of Israel also wept again and said, "Oh, that we had meat to eat! We remember the fish we ate in Egypt that cost nothing, the cucumbers, the melons, the leeks, the onions, and the garlic." And I stopped there, even though it would still go on. But the point is, their speech was born out of murmurings, because they were in the desert and they had nothing to eat, and so they were complaining. And so that the context of garlic was that they were dreaming about the times when they were in Egypt, so prosperous, and now they're complaining. But you know what? God answered their prayers. First, he sent manna from heaven, and that was their food. And then later on, they were asking for meat, and he sent quails. So there. But I'm always mesmerized by those words, that missing these spices, especially garlic. Yeah.
Which is a beautiful spice, actually. It's a beautiful, garlic is so, when I see it, you can do so many things, different things with garlic, which is really great, actually, yeah. I started already cutting. So as you see, I cut the carrots, the zucchini, and my red radish into slices. So I had it and I cut it into 6 pieces. So what I do now, I cut them a little bit nicely up, because I want to make it a little bit special, not just a regular penne pasta where we just chop everything up and put it in the pot. So we cut the carrots chateau. We call this the chateau cut. Chateau or olivette cut. So we just trim the carrots a little bit. Important here is as well, because of the timing, it all has to be same size. So all the carrots has to be in the same size, the zucchini and so on. So that when we add it to the penne, it cooks evenly, which is very important. So I cut this already. So now we're gonna start proceeding with start cooking the penne. So the penne is not, we don't cook it like a regular pasta. So it's not we cook the pasta first, wait 10 minutes till it's cooked, and then we mix it with whatever. We cook actually the penne with the stock,
together with
the vegetable. So it's similar to a risotto. So kind of like a risotto. So it's a different process. So when everything is finished, the penne cooks about for 11 minutes. How do I know that? Because the package is written on the package how long the penne actually goes. But really it's about, you follow that. It's very simple. When you buy a package, the dry pasta, You look at the back of the pasta, it tells you so and so many minutes. Respect that, you will be fine. So that's a good help, right? So we take the pan,
Okay.
turn this on. Take the garlic.
There's our star.
There's our star, yeah. And again, garlic, we could use a little bit more, we could use a little bit less. It always a little bit depends on how much you want to add in. So we use olive oil. Again. Then we nicely coat that. So I have my vegetable, which is nicely cut. Also my onions, I just cut them and cut them into wedges.
What's the difference between a normal onion and a shallot?
Shallots are much finer. It's not as sponges, and it's just yeah, it's milder and smaller and more exquisite. So then we add our garlic.
So for this dish we're cooking today, how long is it going to take?
12 minutes.
12 minutes.
So basically, till
According
the,
to the
pen, till, the
instructions.
penne are, till the penne are al dente, and basically that's the dish is finished. So we have here stock. We could use the chicken stock, but I know you're vegetarian, so we use vegetable stock.
Aw, thank you so much.
And that's the beauty about nowadays. You can go to the supermarket and you can buy different stocks. You can buy chicken stock, shrimp stock, onion stock. You can buy all these different kinds, which is actually very helpful. So we just roast this a little bit till it starts to get a little bit color, and then we add our penne inside. And also now we coat it a little bit with the olive oil. We don't want to make it color. We don't want to have any coloration.
Okay.
But we just
I've never seen this done before.
Yeah.
just
My
This is
first
so
time to
new,
see
yeah.
this.
I was like, huh, are you not gonna put it in water?
so.
But yes, we trust you. So
Thank you. So and then, as you can hear, you hear the sizzling, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's nicely. And we put 1 spoon. Let it bring up to boil. And then we add a little bit more. So now it's basically, we cook this for about 2 minutes. And we always add. We always add the stock because the penne will absorb the stock, the flavor, and then it comes together in the end. Now as well, I add a little bit salt. I add already a little bit pepper, not too much. As you know, we can always add. Don't put too much, because if you put too much, it's hard to take it out. Right?
How much do you think this whole meal would cost for 2 people?
150 peso divided by
2?
2
Yeah.
gives you about 80 peso or 50 peso. Some vegetable. That's a dish below 200 peso.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Parmesan might be a little bit more expensive if you buy a little bit a better one, or a more aged one. If the Parmesan is more aged, and a little bit more expensive.
That's great.
But the ingredients are not. If you won't find sun-dried tomato, you could use fresh tomato, and actually you could also dry them in the oven.
So you can make your
That would
own
be
dried
another one.
tomatoes.
Yes. So it should nicely cook, and we want to cook it basically al dente, no?
So with the vegetable broth, does it have what's the difference in flavor compared to like a chicken stock?
Chicken stock, you use chicken. You boil
And
the
that
chicken.
comes-
You boil the stock. In our cuisine, you boil the stock for 9 hours at least. So you put chicken inside, onions, some vegetables. So you really cook it very slowly. A vegetable stock, you use actually only vegetable.
And
You
it'll
really-
be just as tasty.
Yes, it is tasty as well. It's a vegetable, so you have the vegetable flavor. So it depends on what kind of vegetable you add in. If you add more celery, or you add more cabbage, or you add more whatever,
Yeah.
then it gets a little bit more of those flavors.
Because some are more meticulous if they know that it's chicken broth, then and they are vegetarian or vegan, or they would protest.
Correct. Yeah. Now I always say to each his own, right? So, which is good.
So carrots first because it cooks the longest.
Yes, that cooks the longest. Then we take also a little bit the sun-dried tomato and just cut them in stripes. So as you can see, we're gonna have a nice vegetable flavors, and then we have the cheese, the Parmesan cheese, which we add, and then a little bit basil as well, some
From
rucola,
our
yeah,
from our little garden.
from our herb garden, a little bit basil, some rucola, a little bit butter, to cream it off actually. But there is no, this pasta will have no cream. Doesn't see any cream. Very quick.
Nice. Go ahead.
Pardon. So, here. So all these different cuts in school, all these kids, they learn these different cuts. No? They learn Chateau, they learn Brunoise, which we had the other day, which is cubes, which we have julienne. So this is what we learn. And then we have also for garnish, we have a little bit chives. We have some rucola leaves, which is nice. And we have some basil as well. So some basil, garnish. Then we also place some basil inside. So you take the basil. And that's really the beauty if you have a garden like here. So you can really just get it.
And
it's nicely fresh. Beautiful.
And nothing is wasted also.
And nothing is wasted.
Because you can just pick whatever you need.
Exactly. So here we cut this chiffon, we call this chiffonade. Voilà.
Cute, like little ribbons.
Yeah. And this will give a nice flavor, especially Parmesan and basil, right? Italian cuisine, right?
Yes.
It's really beautiful, right? And then with the chives, we just cut them in all same lengths a little bit, which we add as well later on. Just different components, which will come together later on, all nicely in one.
Oh boy.
Then we add our radish, and we add our onions.
It's so colorful.
Yeah.
Really nice.
So, now we have about 3 more minutes, so we add the asparagus and zucchini. See, my pan is full. And you can see already, it almost starts to be like the liquid becomes almost like oil liquid, right?
So it's almost done, huh?
Yeah, so it's almost done. A little bit more, add a little bit more liquid here, a little bit more vegetable stock. Toast this a little bit with
Just
the
a
lid.
little bit more.
Yeah. So, and then in the end, we add this, we move, clean
So
everything.
many fresh stuff.
Yeah, this is actually only as garnish on top. Butter a little bit to make this nice creamy. And then we have the Parmesan and the different colors. We have some plates here. It's always nice to have some colorful plates, right? It makes it nice.
More
Nice and
appetizing.
colorful. Right. Also nice pasta plates.
Cute.
Yeah,
They're very
really
beautiful.
look very nice. So the equipment also is very important, that you use the right equipment, that you don't use too big and it's not too small. Maybe we could have used a little bit a bigger pan, but I like it. So it's nicely, everything is there, it's compact. In the end, we don't have too much liquid. It's actually really nice.
I want to say that my favorite part is always the eating, but actually I love watching
Yes.
how it's done because, yeah, like it gives us a better appreciation for what we're going to eat. It helps you respect the ingredients and the whole process.
Yeah.
It's
So
great.
Use my magic chopstick again. So the zucchini almost done. Another minute. So now we add the basil.
Basil.
Add some of the chives. I also left some chives for garnish a little bit on top. The rucola leaves. Again, we leave a little bit, couple. The other one we can take as well. Just chop it a little. And this as well.
Voila.
Nicely stir it.
The colors are so vibrant.
Yeah. And you see, now we have nicely still liquid there. We still have some liquid here. Now we add some butter. 2 chunks of butter. Gives us a little bit of creaminess. And we add cheese. So basically this will be our creamy cheese sauce. Mix this now together.
Wow.
Right. Finish cooked. Right. Just mélanger
It looks so
underneath,
good.
right? Just slowly. So like I said, there's no cream inside, nothing. Just the butter and the cheese makes it nicely creamy. Now we take this. Fill this
my goodness, that looks so good.
Where was this dish popularized?
Actually, it's called moulinière, and it came actually from France.
Okay.
And a lot of it's the other version of the risotto,
Yes.
but done with penne. So then we put nicely
French.
2 or 3 leaves, right? Rucola leaves. Rucola, which gives us nice a little bit of peppery, right?
Yeah.
Gives us a peppery style. Voila. Basil as well.
So good.
Wow.
Pepper on top. And we could even actually
Olive oil.
a little bit oil on top. Right. And voila.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
That's it.
This is wonderful. You know, on behalf of non-meat eaters, again, worldwide, we thank you, Chef, for,
welcome.
for this, that, you know, we can enjoy it also. And, you know, we invite everyone to check out our recipe on our website. Please like and subscribe to our site and our Instagram stories. We hope you continue to enjoy Gourmet on a budget.
Because the difference is divine.
And it feels a little like cooking it up with Christ.
God bless you all.
Okay, so here we have it. So please try
Yay.
it. Let's go and try it.
Let's try it. Wow.
That's so good.
All the different flavors.
Yeah, it's so